Well, looks like here we go again. Sure, why not? Back to square one. This video is sponsored by Eniba.com, a fairly new online marketplace where you can get game keys and gift cards for PC, Xbox, PSN, Nintendo and much more. Check out the fantastic weekly deals with up to 70% off. Use the code Ikari during the registration to get another 3% off of every purchase and have a fun time gaming. Well, looks like you did it again, Todd. Gotta hand it to you, you are good at it. I don't know, maybe Bethesda and Rockstar Games have a secret contest going on about who manages to release the same game more times and actually manages to still make money with it. And so Skyrim got released once again as the Anniversary Edition. But what is this release actually, and what does it mean for the modding world? It's called Anniversary Edition because obviously it has been 10 years since Skyrim original release back in 2011. Many people anticipated that the Anniversary Edition would be a whole new release, a separate standalone game, but in reality it turned out to be just the Special Edition release, again, but with Creation Club mods included in it. It comes in two different variations, the free one, which everybody will receive. This is everybody who already owns the Special Edition or should buy it in the future. This free variation will be automatically downloaded in form of an update and includes 3 Creation Club mods: the Fishing, the Survival mode and the Saints and Seducers mini DLC containing a new questline. And then there's the full Anniversary Edition variant, which is not free and has to be purchased. Now this one includes all the 74 Creation Club mods, 84 which were already available until now, plus 26 brand new ones. This includes a lot of different things, a huge amount of new weapons and armor sets, new enemies, whole new questlines with almost DLC-sized proportions, and much more. So in other words, a lot of new content, and actually this is not a bad deal at all, at least for people who don't run heavily modded games. For them, or let's say for us, the whole thing is a bit more tricky. First of all, it's not as bad as everyone thought. Since people assumed the Anniversary Edition would be a separate, completely new game, there were rumors and panic going around that the most mods would be broken and wouldn't work anymore, just like it was back then when the Special Edition came out. This is why the coming of the Anniversary Edition was dramatically named the Mod Apocalypse by the modding community. But since the Anniversary Edition pretty much is still the same Special Edition, most mods will work just fine. Things like ENBs, new items, locations, character mods, and even quest mods. The only mods which are affected and will not work anymore are those that require the Skyrim script extender. Because obviously, since it's a new version of the game, the old script extender won't work anymore. This is of course a big problem, because many essential and core mods depend on the script extender. Fortunately, the people who created the script extender are still active and have already worked together with Bethesda to deliver a new, compatible version of the script extender as soon as possible. It is already available for download, SKSE version 2.1.1. even though it is still in beta state and claims to not have complete test coverage yet. But let's consider one thing. Back then, when the Special Edition came out, we had to work with a beta release of SKSE for it as well. And as you all know, I tried out and reviewed many SKSE dependable mods in my videos with that very beta release back then, and never had any problems with it. And back then it was a huge jump from the Legendary to the Special Edition, considering a new updated engine, going from a 32-bit to a 64-bit application and so on. And this time it's pretty much just a higher version of the Special Edition, so it shouldn't be such a big deal. Of course, I can't, just like the SKSE creators, give you 100% guarantee that you will never ever experience any glitches with this beta version, but I would say around 95 safe. I tried out a couple of SKSE mods, of course, to see what happens. SkyUI, for example, works just fine, no problems there with the menus at all. TK dodge, for example, however, works only partially. It is only possible to dodge forward. The other directions do not work. But that is because the TK Dodge mod itself needs to be updated to work with the new SKSE version. The script extender itself is doing its job just fine. FNIS works just fine. I was able to load new personal animations without any problems or delays or anything like that. Jaxonz positioner also seems to be doing everything it is supposed to do, moving objects around, locking them, and so on. All good. AddItemMenu does not work at all, however, but again, it is because this mod actually requires another mod called UI extensions for it to work, for the menus to work. Without it, the menus where you actually see the ESPs of AddItemMenu are invisible and inaccessible. So UI extensions needs to be updated also to work with the new version of the SKSE. So in other words, it's not a real apocalypse, but the same old chain of suffering we all know too well and had to go through every time a new version of Skyrim accompanied by the new release of Skyrim script extender came out. Mods need to be updated, adjusted, tweaked around, fine-tuned, micromanaged, tin-foiled and bubble-wrapped and equipped with support wheels for a test ride before being sent into the field. So, no big deal there, we are used to this pain. So let's summarize the whole experience. Initially, the panic makers foretold that the release of the Anniversary Edition would hit the console players the most and completely destroy their modded games. But in truth, it turned out to be exactly the other way around. Since there is no script extender on consoles, the console Skyrim players can get the Anniversary Edition without fear and won't have any problems. We, PC players with heavily modded games on the other hand, have to be very careful with this update. The best course of action would be to completely back up your Skyrim Special Edition installation in a separate folder and then use an, custom .exe file you can find somewhere on the internet to be able to run the game without the Steam devil, cough cough. And that way have two separate games, the Special Edition and the Anniversary Edition, just to be safe. Yeah, seriously, why couldn't Bethesda just make it a standalone release from the beginning, at least optional? Why does playing their games always have to be like taking a walk on a minefield? Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell were they thinking there again? Just look with what we are wasting our time here. I guess some things never change. Seriously, fuck my life. This is unbelievable.